Giants versus Oilers on YouTube. Hey everybody, we are just underway in an autumn wind divisional playoffs. This isn't wild card, this is divisional playoffs. I think I mislabeled this on the stream. Anyway, today we have the Houston Oilers in the AFC, the number 2 seed, taking on the New York Giants, number 3 seed. Joe Golden coaches the Giants. The Oilers are coached by Ken Briere. Let me set up the playing field here. This is the second of 4 divisional playoff games. We had one yesterday. We're not going to have no spoilers here. Go on the website and check out the result. But last night, we watched a very good game between the Montreal Alouettes and the Oakland Raiders. So go online and take a look at that. Or wait till the end of this broadcast and we'll share it with you. But we don't want to ruin that one. It's been posted on YouTube and also on the Autumn Wind website. Autumn Wind is a 30-team Strat-o-matic football league, draft league. We have a 16-game season. We play what's called a double counting league. Some leagues play with draft defenses, and instead we take the ratings, and that determines the strength of the defensive card, be it excellent, very good, average, poor, or very poor for run defense and for pass defense. The Oilers started out with the ball, drove to midfield, but punted, and the Giants find themselves deep in their own territory. And on the first play, there's a flat pass, 0 men in zone on that white die 6, and a pickup of 12 yards. That was Fields' first throw. That's Justin Fields, the real-life Chicago Bear. And Fields on the D card throws an interception, 3 men in zone, defense guessed pass. And that's going to be returned for a touchdown. So we have our first score. Fields throws a pick. And the Oilers bring it back for a score. And that interception was from Stephon Gilmore. So Houston will get the first touchdown. They're up 6-0. They missed the extra point. It looks like Evan McPherson, the real-life Cincinnati Bengal, who's a quality kicker, but he shanks the extra point, but the Oilers are happy to go on top 6-0. And so now this is the Giants' second position. Pierce is in the backfield with a 2 tight end set. Defense guesses right on that run attempt. No gain. And it's now 2nd and 10. Again, Joe Golden coaches the New York Giants. Fine season. I believe they were 11-5 or 12-4. And they beat the New York Giants, who also had a great season. Correct double team there for Houston. And now it's 3rd and 10. Fields at that point was looking for, let's see which Johnson this is. That would be Deontay Johnson, the Pittsburgh Steeler. So they're going to go 3 wide, likely a short pass here. Actually, they're going long. Defender X reading, and the defender is able to make the play. Looking for A.J. Brown. He's got some weapons on this club, some great wideouts. Fields' passing card kind of suspect. Oh, and there's a potential turnover here. Let's see if the Oilers come up with it. They cough up the ball, and they actually pick it up and try to run with it and lose a couple of yards in the attempt. So, well, the Giants were certainly hoping for a break there. But technically they did, because Houston's going to have poor field position deep in their own territory at the 17, but they certainly were hoping for a turnover there to match the turnover that has led to the only score, an interception by Gilmore, returned for a touchdown inside of Bears territory. They're up 6 very early in this game, only 5 minutes in. So we already saw the first of 2 AFC Divisional playoff games from yesterday. Montreal taking on Oakland. We already have a winner there, so each of these teams knows the team that they're going to have to play for the opportunity to play in the Super Bowl. That is our Super Bowl. There's a screen. And pick up much. Picks up 4. So now it's 3rd and 6. Let's look at this defense here. 3-4. Got a nice 6 over there at right linebacker. That's Rodney McLeod, who also is a safety. He's got that double rating. The rest of them are 4s. So you've got the opportunity to flood one flat, keep your look-in pass moving. Instead, they're going to blitz a man. They just tried for a short pass there, interception chance, pretty much identical to Fields. He threw a pick on that play. In this case, Goff's pass falls harmlessly to the turf, and it's now 3rd and 6. Ball resting at the 31, 3-3-5 defense. Goff not in the shotgun. Connor is behind him. Pretty decent run blocking its linebacker there. So on 3rd and 6, he decides to throw a flat pass. Only gets 5. He's not going to get crazy here. He's going to punt it and pin the Giants deep for the 2nd time. The last time they were this deep, calamity, interception, pick 6, touchdown. Fields under center, 2 tight end set. Ish Smith and Tyler Conklin. Whoa, how about that? So a quick pass for 15 yards and a 1st down. To Brown. I think that's A.J. Brown. It is. Flat pass thrown, 2 men in the zone, incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Quick out. Defense guesses run. That is on Fields' card, and it gets 9. So a big 3rd and 1 here for the Giants. Ball at their 38, trailing 6-0, 6 minutes to go in the 1st quarter of this AFC divisional matchup. They'll take on the winner of Montreal and Oakland. We have 2 more playoffs in the NFC, Cleveland and Atlanta. Cleveland is hosting Atlanta. The LA Rams will play the LA Chargers. Defense guesses run. They're not punished for it, though. It's on the defensive card. Still, though, the Giants get 2 on the play. First down, ball to 40. 5:42 here in the first quarter. Giants trailing 6-0. Joe Golden, number 3 seed in the AFC against Ken Briere, the number 2 seed. On that pass play, Fields tucked it and ran. But he's actually pulled 2 yards down from the line of scrimmage, so technically that was a sack from Jalen Smith. Second down and 12. Got to make their way to the 50 to get a first down. Briere in his base 3-4. Got 5 and 6 on an outside. Kind of weak up the middle with a 4. Flat pass guessed right. That'll get him 7. Got blanks on 5 and 10 and 2 and a -1 on 12. Not one of your better flat pass cards. You throw short, though, you take advantage of that must run. So 3rd and 5, let's see, 0-5, 4-4, 5-6. So if he stays home, the only way to break contain legitimately would be a run up the middle. And there's a flat pass, but it only picks up 2 yards. And so 4th and 3, decision time for the Giants. It's an easy one. They're going to go ahead and kick this one away. So the Giants got close, but they've not made their way into Houston territory just yet. In fact, neither of the teams have had a drive that has extended into the opposition's 50. The only score, again, was a Justin Fields pick by Gilmore, who took it in for a score. Evan McPherson missed the extra point, and it's 6-0. There's a screen. That'll go for 6. Connor out of the backfield. That's his second catch now for 16 yards. 2nd and 4. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Another pass. 1 man in the zone. Receiver was double teamed. Incomplete. Nice call by the Giants. Looking for St. Brown, who really took a step up this year with the Detroit Lions. Looks like he's a receiver with a lot of promise. 3rd and 4. So the run is in play. Linebacker containment not in play. And that's James Conner, good running back. Square out pass looking for St. Brown. Defense double teamed the tight end Kelsey. 1 man in zone. Nice roll there. Pickup of 19. So he threw over there to the left linebacker, which is a 4, and he didn't flood that flat. So a 19-yard gain for St. Brown on his 3rd reception. And another first down. Another screen pass. This is on the D card, and it only gets 3. This time it's the defender reading, not the linebacker in zone. So it only gets 3. Connor with that catch. We've seen that roll a lot for both of these clubs now. 1 man in zone, it's only a pickup of 2. Both of these clubs have very good rated, in theory and in reality. Both of them have very good defenses. So there's not a lot on those D cards. Flooding the flats obviously helps, but there's not much there to begin with. There's a flat pass that also is incomplete. Again, not a very good flat pass card. And Fox's kick sails into the end zone. So again, the Giants will take over at their own 20. Looked like they had things cooking on their last drive, but it stalled at the 38-yard line. So the Giants will have another go at it. I believe this is their fourth possession now. This could be the last play of the first quarter, 18 seconds to go. Now the Giants come out 3 wide now. Oilers counter, 3-3-5, no blitz. Justin Fields, pistol. Pass incomplete, defense double teams. Nice call from Briere. Second down and 10. Fields is going to run it here. End run, pickup of 8. So now it's 3rd and 2. That's pistol formation. Avery Williams has checked in. So no Pierce here. 3rd and 2 at the 28. 3 wide set. Pretty decent line here on that 3 wide set. So they'll still have, they've got 5s and 6s on the right side. So maybe that's the side that he goes to on a run, perhaps. There's a screen pass, and it is hauled in. So Fields completes the pass receiver reading, and A.J. Brown brings it in and will extend the drive. So we haven't seen this formation. This is a 3 wide set with a fullback and a running back, Pierce, from the Houston Texans. Kind of had a down year in his sophomore campaign. Singletary took a lot of his carries. A square out pass, defense guesses run. Linebacker in the zone. White dive 5. Linebacker able to make the play. That linebacker is Khalil Mack. Not often you see primarily pass rushers with a 5 pass rating. Maybe it's me. I haven't seen very many of those. Mine are Bradley Chubb and Josh Allen and Joey Bosa. None of them have been able to muster anything above a 0. Fields with the run picks up 3, so now it's 3rd and 7. Ball to 37. Methodical offenses here. Just a lot of flat passes and a lot of runs. Not too many throws downfield. So with this 3 wide set, so on 3rd and 7, Kylan Granson, I believe he's a tight end. I'm really not familiar with that guy. So there was a flat pass, guessed wrong. Incomplete. Defense was maybe anticipating a Fields run there, but they got bailed out because Fields has such a bad flat pass card, even guessed wrong. Boy, that's a bad break for Joe Golden. But the good news is they pinned him to the 8th, and neither one of these offenses are really going anywhere right now. Let's see if Houston can put together a drive. Thus far, neither team has been able to get into the opposition's 50. The only score was on a Fields pick 6 by Gilmore, and that's where we are right now, 6-0 for Houston. Slant pass, defense guesses pass, incomplete. 9 for 15 for Goff, only 65 yards so far. Not a lot of downfield throwing that we've seen from Fields or from Goff. Both teams playing it close to the vest, both teams not wanting to make a mistake. Defense calls pass. Here is a screen. And that one is incomplete. So 3rd and 10. So if Houston can make the stop here, they're going to get some halfway decent field position. One would think. 3rd and 10. Oilers just come right back out in that 2 tight end set. CeeDee Lamb and St. Brown on the outside. Travis Kelce. And you've got Connor. Goff again is under center. Defense correctly double teams Travis Kelce, but he hauls it in, a pickup of 10 and a first down. So a nice call for the Giants there. That's got to be frustrating. You can't triple team him. But he was a skosh away from an interception. Off tackle run, defense guesses pass. Linebacker there to plug things up, but only a pickup of 1 for Connor. That was his first carry of the game, in fact. 1 carry, 1 yard. 2nd and 9 from the 19. 10:30 to go in the first half. Oilers up 6-0 in this AFC divisional matchup. Winner will take on the winner of Oakland and Montreal. There's an 8-yard pickup around the end. And so now it's 3rd and 1. That was Connor's 2nd consecutive carry. 3rd and 1. So Connor's getting introduced into the mix here. It's been all Goff, basically. 15 throws so far for Goff here in the first half. Giants showing blitz on the 3-4. Got some good run stuffers there. But that goes straight at the middle. Defense guessed pass, but they did bring up a couple of players. Your card, my card situation. Connor on his 3rd consecutive carry gets 7. And that's 2 first downs now for the Giants on a drive that began at their own 8. Ball now at the 34-yard line. And as I've said in several of these broadcasts, unfortunately, I don't have a field to match the Houston Oilers, or I guess I don't. So don't be fooled. We're not playing in Denver. Off tackle run, guessed wrong. Pickup of 6. So James Conner, who had been quiet for a quarter and a half, all of a sudden is starting to get the lion's share of the carries, softening up the Giants' defense. 2nd and 4. Drive started at the 8, now at the 40. Conner still in there. He can get all the way to 20 carries before he starts getting tired. There's a flat pass. It is incomplete. And it's now 3rd and 4. Looking for Kelce, who caught a pass in which he was double teamed early on in this drive that extended the drive on a 3rd and 10. So let's see if he tries a run here off that right with those 2 6s. He could go left with that off tackle. There it is. Guessed right. It's a flat pass. Short gain. Boy, I just cannot tell you how many times you see how frustrating that is to see that short gain on everybody's card. Doesn't hurt that badly. It's only a pickup of 11, but lo and behold, for the first time in the ball game, one of the clubs have actually made their way into opposition territory. Granted, it's the 49, but we're finally starting to see a drive here. Wrong. Let's see who carried that one. That was a 17-yard pickup for Connor. Guessed wrong. And so things are looking really good for the Oilers now. On a drive that started from their 8, now they've made their way to the Giants' 32. Square out pass. Throws to a zone that's flooded, and he pays for it. He loses 4 yards. Second and 14 now, ball at the 36. That was St. Brown with the catch. He has 5 so far, but it's only for 32 yards. Just not a lot of downfield throws here. There's a downfield throw looking for CeeDee Lamb, but it's incomplete. White die 5. He was defended by a 5. That's a Dory Jackson. Now from here, it's a 53-yard field goal for Evan McPherson, who's got a big leg. He did miss an extra point earlier in the game. That's why the score is 6-0, following a pick 6 from Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore, I believe. Slant pass to Kelsey. He's double teamed again. 2 men in that flat pass zone, so he doesn't really pick up much of anything there. In fact, no gain. And so McPherson's going to line up to try to boot a 53-yard field goal. Let's see if he makes up for that extra point miss. He's not. In fact, the kick is blocked. Who comes up with it? Well, the Giants had it and tried to run, but they fumbled it. But the Oilers couldn't take it anywhere. And so now the Giants have great field position. So that's 2 special teams miscues now. And actually, it could have been a third. I guess that would be the third special teams miscue. A missed extra point, a missed 53-yard field goal attempt, actually blocked. And early on, they had a punt return fumble, but they were able to recover that. So it's a big drive for the Giants. Let's see if they can put something on the board here. And run for Pierce. Defense guesses pass. Let's see what Pierce has. Actually, that was a line buck. My bad. 5-yard pickup for Pierce. Yeah, not a really dangerous card for Pierce. Not unless you get to the boundaries. Slant pass to Conklin. Defense guesses pass, and that's a 12-yard pickup. And so now the Giants have, for the first time in the game, made their way into Houston territory. Look at all those must runs on Fields' card. 4, 5, 6, and 7. If I remember correctly, he was very close to gaining 1,000 yards this year. Receiver double team, just missed that interception. Nice call by the Oilers. So Deontay Johnson double teamed. He only has 1 catch in the game so far for 2 yards. Fields is only 8 of 16 for 65 yards and an interception. And run for Pierce. And that'll get him 5. So we're now at 3rd and 5. Fields has plenty of end runs. He's gone with end runs for Pierce twice now. Guess he's saving those end runs for later. Keeping him in his pocket. 3rd and 5. Oh, another one. Now the Giants catch a break there on the flat pass. It's guessed right, short gain, 15 yards. So Fields completes it to Moore. That's his first catch of the game, 15 yards. And certainly in field goal range here with the ball at the 23. So the Giants looking pretty good here to get some points. Screen pass. Defender reading. It was guessed wrong, but the defender, again, he threw to the 5. And he was able to make that play. In fact, any zone he would have thrown into would have been an incomplete pass. I don't believe he moved anybody. So, but that 5, Khalil Mack, stayed at home again and has made 2 plays now. Has defended 2 passes. And there's Grayson again, that tight end in the backfield. But that doesn't mean they can't throw here. But with 3 wide, a white die 1 would be guessed right. Here comes that end run. Hopes for a 2 or a 3. Oh, terrible break there. So he loses 4 because he was playing 3 wide. That's the chance you take, going 3 wide and trying that end run. Had he not done that, it would have been a pickup of 9. So that's frustrating, but that's the risk you run, 3 wide. A lot of it is just the attempt to get the defense to think this has got to be a pass. I got away with that one time this year in a game and was fortunate to get a 2 or 3 on an end run. With Mahomes, he scored a touchdown inside the opposition 20, but you really run the risk there. It's not exactly ideal. But again, if you play a 2 tight end set, you know, it can become somewhat obvious with 7 end runs that an end run could be coming. So it's okay to go 3 wide and take a shot. A flare pass. And nothing doing. Godly, incomplete on that 5. So it's a dreaded 5, if you want to call it that. Now we're looking at a 44-yard field goal from Matt Gay, and he puts it through. It was close, though. 11-12 is no good. He dialed up a 10. And so they're on the board, 6-3. Oilers now with 1:52. They have all 3 timeouts. Goff has a terrific card. Let's see how aggressive he wants to be here. Up 6-3. Just checking to see if anybody was in the lobby. Anybody that hears this and wants to join, feel free. There's an end run. It's a pickup of 5. He's not able to get out of bounds. And so now it's 2nd down and 5. That was Gus Edwards. So let's see if Houston just stays hurry up or if he decides to call timeout here. Hurry up. Edwards stays. 2 tight end set. So now under 2 minutes, the Giants are going 3-3-5. Square out pass. Incomplete. Kind of a mediocre flat pass card for Goff, too. Blank on a 4, blank on a 5. Hardly anybody has anything on that 2. It's usually terrible. Receiver reading on that 4th and 5. It's incomplete. Looking for CeeDee Lamb. Tough to find a blank on that card, but he did. So now the Giants are going to get the ball back with all 3 of their timeouts. No special teams miscue here. This is a big kick, 48 yards. And no return. And so now we'll see how aggressive the Giants want to be. Without a big downfield passer, one wonders just how aggressive they will be. They do have 2 deep threats, but they're guarded by 5s and 6s. That's Deontay Johnson with a 5. A.J. Brown is defended by a 6. Plus, they've got a 5 deep. So it's a 2 running back, 3 wide set. No blitz coming here. Sideline pass to A.J. Brown, and he's double teamed. Or he must have double teamed elsewhere. I must have missed that. 17-yard pickup for A.J. Brown. $15 yards. He was able to get out of bounds. Giants have it at their own 36. Off tackle run. That's not going to do anything. And he's also going to have to call timeout. So only a 2-yard pickup there. Obviously hoping for something on your own card, but there just isn't anything on that D card. And you almost automatically have to call timeout if you don't pick up 10 yards. So they'll burn a timeout, 52 seconds, 3-3-5 set against this 4 wide and a tight end in the backfield. A 0 blocker. Going to take a shot deep, but the defender is able to make the play. In this case, it only needed to be a 4, and I bet you that's who he was guarded by. Let's see if he goes out with that 4 set again. 4 wide set. No, he didn't. I think he was defended by a 4 there. So 3rd and 8. Now, Houston still has all 3 of their timeouts. If they're able to stop them here, there's still some time to make a noise. Again, both teams have very good wide receivers with some long gains on their cards, so anything can happen. Let's see if the Giants can extend this drive. They scored a field goal the last time they had the ball. They trimmed the lead to 6-3. Pierce with an end run, and look at that. It's on the D card. He needed 5, and he got 5. Actually, it was looked like an inside run. I thought that said end run. I guess it was an inside run. So the Giants will burn another timeout again. Nose tackle was a 4, white die 6, so hardly any nose tackle in the league would have stopped that play. So nice pickup, extends the drive, but there's only 37 seconds to go. 3 wide set. I'd kind of like to see them go back to that 2 tight end set and maybe use some of those end runs. There's a must run, but that's not going to get anything. Picks up 3, and it also burns. No, it looks like he got out of bounds. Or did he? I think they're trying to decide whether or not to call timeout. If he doesn't, the clock is going to be at 22. Actually, it's down to 50, and he decides not to call timeout. So he's got 1 more in his pocket, ball at the 50. Matt Gay is his kicker. I think he's got a pretty decent leg, but he's going to have to get somewhere between the 35 and 40 to have a legitimate shot. So he's going to need 10 or 15 yards here. You know, this could be one where you could go 2 tight end and do one of those Fields end runs and not have to worry about the white die one. He's going to try it here, and this time he's guessed wrong, and a big run for Fields. Is he going to get out of bounds? Yes, he does. So it preserves a timeout. From here, it's a 39-yard kick for Gay. So a big roll there. Had he rolled a 1, it only would have been a 1-yard gain, but instead he goes rumbling for 28. That's 5 carries now for 38 yards. So add 28 to that total of 10. He wasn't doing much on the ground until that chunk play found the boundaries. You know, it's funny. Josh Allen just full of short gains. Mahomes' card full of short gains. But look at those huge chunk runs. 67, 31, 38, 55. Double nickel. Well, not quite sure what the delay is here. Ball at the 8. Maybe he's thinking about kicking the field goal here? Because I think he went out of bounds. Well, not sure what's going on here. Yeah, looks like we're stuck. So I bet we missed a chunk of action there. Hopefully we'll be able to look at the score and figure out what exactly happened. But that's a strange place for the game to get stuck. Oh, they did. They totally got stuck there. How about that? Very strange game for it to get stuck. 45-4-3-0. And away we go. All right, let's try to decipher what happened here. Okay, that's just very, very confusing. Anyway, so let's reset. Ball's at the 22. There's 8 seconds to go. So the Giants, in essence, have 2 plays here. Don't want to do anything that's going to take themselves out of field goal range, certainly. So maybe they play conservative just to run up the middle, just to get this field goal a little bit closer, perhaps. Let's see what they're going to do. End run, pick up of 3. And so now they'll call timeout, and they will set up a 36-yard field goal for Matt Gay that could tie this game. Here we go. And he does. Great drive there for the Giants. Clutch run for Justin Fields, 28-yard pickup that put him in field goal range. And we are knotted at 6. The Giants with 2 field goals. The Oilers with a pick 6 from Stephon Gilmore, and a missed extra point right now is making the difference. Poor special teams play. Everything can be pinned on that for Houston. They've missed a 53-yard field goal. Actually, it was blocked by the Giants. A missed extra point, and they muffed a kick at their own 8-yard line. Fortunately, was able to recover, but that's it. Giants have stiffened on defense, have only allowed 1 drive of consequence. And that was, of course, capped off by a block field goal. The Giants have had 2 drives that have gone into Houston territory, and they've come up with field goals for both. Neither of the 2 drives have gotten deep. 19-yard line is as far as the Giants have gone. So here we go. They're going to take off here in the third quarter. First and 10. Square in pass. 13-yard pickup and a first down. Fields completes his 11th pass. He's just gone over the 100-yard mark. That one goes to Brown. 3 wide set. Pierce is back there. Pierce with it. He fumbles it. Let's see if he can come up with it. He does, and then it's fumbled twice. Now let's see who came up with it. Oh, and the Oilers have recovered the fumble. Let's see if we can make that out. So Riddick recovered the fumble. Cameron Hayward picks it up. So the ball was fumbled twice. Pierce fumbled it to Riddick. Riddick picked it up, fumbled the ball. Fortunately for Houston, Casey Hayward picks it up, rumbles a couple of yards, and it's given the Oilers great field position. So that's 2 huge turnovers in Giants territory that could potentially lead to 2 scores. But they've got to earn it, and thus far, offensively, they've been stymied by Joe Golden's New York Giant defense. Run up the middle for Gus Edwards. There's a first down, ball to 22. A little bit of momentum here on the heels of that turnover. Game tied 6-6. AFC Divisional playoff winner will take on either Montreal or Oakland in the AFC Championship game. We have 2 NFC games, LA Chargers, LA Rams tomorrow. Atlanta visits Cleveland Saturday. So by Saturday afternoon, we will have our Autumn Wind Final Four and setting up the stage for our 20th Autumn Wind Championship, a league that extends its roots all the way back to 1968. We played the electronic game, the computer game, for 20 seasons. A run for 5. A flat pass for 5. Second down and 5. That was to CeeDee Lamb, and how about that? That's his first reception of the game. Goff is 13 of 25. He's thrown the ball 25 times for 87 yards. Houston playing pretty conservative here against a very good pass defense. Now it's 3rd and 6, and they put themselves in a situation where a run likely will not get a first down. They won't be able to break contain on a 5 and a 6. Now he could do an end run there to the left with Edwards, but he'd be trying to go over a 5. So perhaps looking at a flat pass here. Defense 3-4, so they potentially could flood 2 if he moves that free safety down. 2 of those look-in pass zones. Double teaming Kelsey. And there is a pitch play. How about that? Contain didn't come into play. No linebacker moved up. And the guard is able to make the block. The guard was only a 4. But he didn't go 3 wide, so that 4 counted. That was a nice break for Houston, but a good call. Looking to break contain, but in that case, the guard made the play. Now we see the Giants showing blitz, and they are bringing a lot of people. A pitch out. One linebacker was in the zone. And it looks like he picked up 3. Onside end. Was able to make that block. He's a 6. Now it's short passes or runs here. Giants showing blitz. Here's the pitch to Edwards. Edwards was a Strat-o-matic hero for years and years. Doesn't quite have that card that he used to. But that was a guessed right run for 5 yards. So no shame in that. But just not the same strength of the card that he used to have. He used to have just an incredibly dynamic. That's a good card, but not quite as dynamic as it once was. Giants showing blitz here. 3rd and goal from the 2. A guessed run right card for Connor. And he is stopped at the 2. So decision time here for the Oilers. And there is no hesitation. Full house backfield. They are going for it here. Giants showing blitz. Goff's guessed wrong short pass card is murder. Off tackle run. Defense guesses run, but he still makes it in. As the end is able to make the block, that was Travis Kelce, who powers them through, and a touchdown. With 2 linebackers plugging the zone, they're still able to make it. So I'd say that was pretty fortunate for the Oilers, but that's also personnel. And he knows his personnel. Plus, he's in the full house, and everybody gets that boost. Gutsy call, and he was rewarded with a touchdown. His first offensive touchdown of the game, and McPherson tacks on the extra point, and now it's 13-6. So the Giants struggling so far with turnovers. Both of them have led to scores. On their last possession, Pierce coughed it up after a 7-yard gain. And it led to a Houston touchdown. Houston, the number 2 seed. In the AFC, the Giants, the number 3 seed, won their wild card game convincingly against the New York Jets, who had a terrific year in grabbing the number 6 seed. Houston, as the number 2 seed, waited around, along with Montreal, who was the number 1 seed. Square in pass, good double team call for Houston. Double teamed Brown, and so now it's 3rd and 3. Fields only hitting on 50% of his passes. He's 12 of 24, 115 yards. 3rd and 3. He's going 3 wide here. He's called run on 3 wide. It worked for him on the drive before the half with a Fields 28-yard run, and he's gotten burned on this too. He's got some great run blockers there to the outside that are only going to go down a notch, and they're both 6'6", so maybe we see an off-tackle run here, and he picks on the 4. Of course, you got a 6 over there. Screen pass right to Pierce. Man in the zone, but Pierce hauls it in and gains 7 yards. So let's extend this drive. First down at the 36. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the outside linebacker there was double teaming. That's why it was guessed wrong. Inside run for Pierce. It's guessed wrong. It's only a pickup of 4. Just missed that 36. 36. It's got a short gain on 2 and 4 and a 24. The rest of the card isn't that scary. So you hope to hit the boundaries at least 1 or 2 times in the game. He's already done that with Fields. He struck gold on an 11 that led to a field goal just before the half that tied the game at 6. Now the Giants are trailing by 7. Lots of time. 7:36 on a running clock here in the 3rd quarter. Staying with that 3 wide set. There's a quick pass completed. And it's a gain of 4. I believe they double teamed again. Yeah. Let's see who got that. Let's see. It was Conklin this time. So a pickup of 8. I must be seeing things there. I didn't catch how Conklin would be wrong. I thought I saw double teams on that. I don't think they called run. Kind of got the screen blocked here by the card. I'll have to take a closer look at that. Receiver reading. Guessed right. Pickup of 15. For Pierce. And that's his 3rd reception now. So they made their way into Oilers territory. The double box comes into play. So that 6-yard carry turns into 16. Pierce now with 9 carries for 49 yards. So the Giants, what a great answer here. Following that turnover that led to a Houston score on a short field, no less. The Giants have driven from their own 25, made their way to the 19. Pierce has stopped for no gain. Good call by Houston. They called run. Bottom 5 yards. Guessed wrong. It would have been a 5-yard pickup. Instead, it's now 2nd and 10. Back to that 3 wide set. We've seen a lot of that here, especially the second half. Inside run. He doesn't get the white die 1, but it's not a big pickup. It's only 4. So now 3rd and 6. So again, outside that linebacker contain. Let's see if they go back to 3 wide here. I would assume they would. But this is not Fields' forte. Not a good flat passer. Not a good short passer. Well, things have gotten quiet here again, and I wonder if maybe we've had a stoppage. Yeah. I think we're stuck. Yeah. Looks like we're stuck, so we're going to have to wait for them to call another number. Well, I'll call out to the teams and see if there's a new number because I can't connect to the old one here. There we go. 14271. Okay, back after it. 3rd and 6, ball at the 15. 3:36 to go here in this AFC Divisional wildcard matchup. The Oilers, coached by Ken Briere, are up 13-6, but the Giants are knocking on the door. But this is a huge 3rd down. Let's see if they can extend this drive that started at their own 25. It's the best drive they've had in this game, in my humble opinion. Inside run, dreaded 5. And it goes for 1 yard. Actually, guessed wrong. But that's not going to be enough. So Matt Gay is going to put this one through the pipes. And now they have their 3rd field goal of the game. And they've closed the gap 13-9. So a nice return on that kickoff. We didn't get a chance to see it. But pretty decent field position here for Houston at the 36. Both of Houston's touchdowns have come via a turnover. A pick 6 by Stephen Gilmore. A fumble by Pierce around the 35-yard line that actually Riddick picked up and then fumbled. And then Cameron Hayward picked it up. And from the 30, they were able to score. There's a short gain, guessed right, flat pass. We've seen that a few times this game. Jared Goff completes it for 18 yards. And Houston has made their way, after one play, into Giants territory. They're up 13-9. – 12-4 season for the Houston Oilers. Linebacker plugs that zone, a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12. Oilers really haven't been able to get their run game going here. That's 8 carries now for Gus Edwards. The Gus bus for 29 yards. Connor hasn't had a very good game either. It's been a lot of flat passes from Goff. And again, they've just benefited from 2 turnovers. There's a pitch play, but it only picks up 1 on Gus Edwards' 9th carry. So this is a big one. 3rd and 11. This has been a difficult conversion for both clubs. Now, Kelsey was able to catch a 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 11 early in the game. And he was double teamed. A button hook pass, but there's a defender there. Oh, and a white dice 6. Oh, my, what a roll. What a roll. So no man in the zone. On that white dice 6, that is frustrating. Don't usually get a conversion on a flat pass unless you know someone has vacated the zone, and maybe he was guessing the linebacker would double team, or maybe he was just looking to get it close to get a field goal. Either way, he'll take that break. So an 8-yard pickup to follow up with Gus. 10 carries now for 38 yards. Gus with 3 more unfatigued carries. Off tackle run again. Guesses pass. There's your short gain. That's a pickup of 12. As we made our way into the 4th quarter, a scoreless 3rd quarter for both clubs. Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry. The Oilers had 7 and the Giants had 3. I was staring at the wrong column. It's a scoreless 4th quarter, but we just began the 4th quarter. But having said that, the Oilers, again, looking strong on this drive. Kind of danger zone here for the Giants. To go down 2 scores could be pretty serious trouble. Crossing pattern pass incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Goff looking for CeeDee Lamb. Goff, again, very pedestrian numbers, 15 for 28 for only 116. But unlike his counterpart, no turnovers. Fields has one interception that directly led to a score on a pick six. Those two turnovers have really damaged the Giants' chances here. This is the first drive that Houston has had that has been legitimate, starting in their own territory and making them their way deep into Giants territory. Here's a crossing pattern pass. Great call from Joe Golden. So here we are again, a 3rd and 10. This drive was extended by a flat pass, white dice 6 with 0 men in the zone. So I guess the 4 that was standing there was just a ghost, right? Maybe Joe Golden's not saying that, but I am. Crossing pattern pass, looking for Kelsey. No, actually to Peoples-Jones. So Peoples-Jones hauls it in. Guessed right, but that was on Goff's card. Look at that short pass card. 13, 11, on a 6 and a 7, and a completion on a 9 and a 10 with a must run on a 5. Not a lot of ugliness on that card, and he hits the 13 back-to-back. He didn't need that many, but he got it. So Goff throws 2 passes downfield and gets a touchdown. But more importantly, they have extended this lead to 2 scores. Evan McPherson puts it through, and now it's 20-9. And it's a serious 2 scores here, too, as it's going to require a 2-point conversion. Now, the players will keep playing, but I believe we are subject to the end zone bug. They've never quite figured this one out. So we'll jump right back in, have to start the game again. So he missed a 2-yard gain on a play. And only the fans in the stands saw that one. So lots of time here, but Giants have their work cut out for them. One would say they probably have to come up with a score on this drive to have a realistic shot at it. Defense guesses pass. Here's your end run for Fields. It's guessed wrong, and he gets a first down. So let's see how many more of those he has. 4. No, he's got plenty. Goes back to the 3 wide set. Defense counters 3-3-5. Hasn't shown blitz all day. And he's got some talent that could rush that quarterback. But he's got good blocking guards. Oh, and it's picked. Oh, mercy. Correctly double teamed, and that is going back for the 2nd pick 6 of the game. Wow. Double teamed Van Jefferson of all people. Oh my. And lo and behold, it is the MVP of this game right now. That would be Gilmore. Stephen Gilmore, i.e. Happy Gilmore. And there's nobody happier right now than the Houston Oilers, as they have 2 pick 6s. The Giants are down 18 after that successful double team. Now they're double teaming Deontay Johnson. Here's a run for Fields. Unfortunately, it's on the D card, and that's not going to net him much. 2nd down and 9. So 3 scores. Giants got to start thinking downfield at this point. Good call there on Fields' run. There's some magic in that guessed wrong card, but he's going to need a lot of magic now. 9-yard pickup. Looks like defense called run on that play. That's a little dangerous here. Anticipating that run, trying to keep everything in front of you, trying to snuff out a run. Brown only picks up 9. Guessed wrong, but it does move the chains. Ball at the 35-yard line. Pistol set. Fields back there with Pierce, 3-3-5. And run for Fields. Oh, gosh. And he doesn't hit the white die 1. Instead, he hits the dreaded 5. So he's exhausted a couple of those end runs. Now it's 2nd and 10. Be curious to see if Houston had a game where they had 2 defensive scores. But 3 big turnovers and 3 touchdowns were the result. 2 directly from pick 6 interception returns for Stephen Gilmore. And a fumble at the 30 that directly led to a score. 4 men in zone, incomplete pass. Now it's 3rd and 10. Joe Golden and the Giants. The number 3 seed. Big win against the Jets in the wild card round, but they have an uphill climb, to say the least. It's now 4th and 2. Ball at the 43. They can't punt here. They've got to go for this with 8 minutes to go. Again, back to the 3 wide set. So it's kind of spreading out that Oilers 3-4. And they'll stay 3-3-5 conservative. So you can see a 0 and a 4. So there's some flat pass targets there. Off tackle run. Defense guessed run. But the tackle is able to make the block. So the game is going to continue. That was all he needed to be a 4. And that's exactly what he was. So the tackle was able to make the block. Nobody moved up into the zone on that 3-3-5. No surprise there. So the drive continues. Ball resting at the 45. 4 down territory, obviously, throughout the rest of this game for the Giants. Got to start pushing the ball downfield. Off tackle run. Only picks up 4. Ball at their 49. 2nd down and 6. Clock moving. 6:54. Obviously, a lot of work to do. Going to have to turn over Houston twice here, and they need the time to do it. So some kind of score here before the 4-minute mark would give them at least a chance. A screen pass, 2 men in the zone, it only picks up a yard, and again, another 30 seconds goes off the clock. Brings up 3rd and 5. So now we're going 4 wide here. Fields not in the pistol. Instead, he's under center. Do we see an end run from him here? Does Houston bring up some linebackers to maybe cut off that end run? Doesn't need to, because you got a 5 and a 6 on the outside. Maybe he just keeps him at home. He's going to double team someone. Square out pass. Looks good. He'll get 8. And the drive continues. Ball at the 42. 5:42. So you're down 18. 2 touchdowns and a field goal and a 2-point conversion with one of those touchdowns. There's an end run for Fields, and he's going to take this one the distance. So he hit another chunk play. That's the 2nd time in the game, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. It's now 27-15. So if he kicks the extra point here, he can extend the game. But he's going to go ahead and try for 2 here. And that way he's going to know whether he's going to need it. If he doesn't get it here, he's definitely going to need 2 touchdowns. But he's going to go for it now. First and goal from the 2. Pitch out. Defense guesses run, and he's able to make it in. So they've cut the lead to 10. So that was the first carry we've seen for Fournette. So 2-yard pickup on the D card and 5:24. So I don't know if we've had a game freeze or if they're trying for an onside kick. They are trying for the onside kick. There's plenty of ways to go about that. Some teams would prefer to try to stop them on 3 downs and get it back instead of risking poor field position, but the Giants opted instead for that onside kick. As Dennis Crowley said in a broadcast here a few games ago, maybe Strat needs to take a look at that. I mean, there's a side of us that thinks, hey, it's nice to give the team the other chance, but I don't believe these readings are accurate at this point because getting an onside kick in the NFL is like pulling teeth. Or just the percentages don't match up with the cards. But maybe Strat just wants to keep it competitive and they'll just keep it at the same numbers. It's hard to say. There's an end run guessed wrong for Edwards, and he picks up a big chunk there of 15. So this is a huge set of downs here. If the Giants can stop them and maybe hold them to a field goal, they'll know what they need to do. They'll basically be down 2 touchdowns, but not getting that onside kick obviously hurt. Still an uphill climb, but you want to do everything you can to try to extend this game. There's a run for Connor. He picks up 5. 8 carries for 46 yards. Combined, Connor and Edwards have now gone over 100. Oh, guessed wrong. That was a flat pass and a short gain for James Conner. It would have been a short gain right or wrong. And Conner gets 16. And the Oilers didn't take them long. They're knocking on the doorstep here of a touchdown. More importantly, if they could just knock off a few runs here, perhaps they can drain the Giants' timeouts. Wow, they're going for the jugular here. Touchdown pass to Kelsey. Defense calls run. Goff puts it through, and the Houston Oilers have punched their ticket to the AFC Championship game, now up 34-17. Good, no bug. We'll just continue this one through. So that's pretty much going to do it. 34 points for the Houston Oilers. Pretty impressive performance. But once again, another touchdown that was inside of their opponent's 50. So 5 touchdowns today. 3 of them came from turnovers. Their 5th score courtesy of an onside kick. There's a long pass that is completed to Van Jefferson. And the Giants have made their way into Houston territory. So a terrific season for Joe Golden. Excellent campaign, but it looks like it's going to come to an end here in Houston. And congratulations to Ken Briere, the number 2 seed, and we can reveal it now that we will have a matchup between the number 1 and number 2 seeds, the Montreal Alouettes, who defeated the Houston Oilers in a terrific overtime contest just a couple of days ago. The number 1 seed, ironically, both of these 2 clubs are in the same division. So a very strong division, strong performances from both clubs. and they will be meeting in the finals. There is an interception for Houston, and that's pretty much going to wrap things up. 2:24 left. And the animation didn't match up, but that was the third pick six of the ball game. Duron Harmon. So Gilmore with 2 pick six touchdowns, Duron Harmon with the third, and 41 points for the Houston Oilers. 28 of those 41 points coming on turnovers. There's an end run for Justin Fields. Guessed wrong. Wow, gosh, another dreaded 5. So he is out of end runs. 2:06 to go as we run out the string in this game. So again, congratulations to the AFC Conference finalists Houston Oilers and the Montreal Alouettes. So a matchup with Ken Briere and Claude Turcotte is coming up. So we have 2 more games coming up. One tomorrow, that'll be Thursday. That would be my team, the Los Angeles Rams, who are 11-6, and they will be facing off against the number 1 seed Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers defeated the Rams twice in the regular season. Both of the clubs are in the same division, as it turns out. And ironically, a third team that is in the same division, the Atlanta Falcons, who finished the campaign 11-5. And they will be taking on the number 2 seed Cleveland Browns. So Atlanta is 12-5. They won their wild card matchup against the Shreveport Steamer. Or it might have been Grand Rapids. I think it was Shreveport. Anyway, they won their wild card matchup. The Rams won their wild card matchup in a thriller against the Philadelphia Eagles, 24-23. And so tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, I believe, is the time. The Rams are going to take a third shot at beating the Chargers this year. And the Atlanta Falcons, who are making their first playoff appearance, it's only their second year in the league, will be playing the Cleveland Browns, the number 2 seed, a very strong 13-4 Cleveland Browns club. At the beginning of the season, doesn't really matter, but for me, I predict the standings for all of the teams and try to pick the winners. I had Houston and Cleveland playing in the finals, and I will stick with that prediction. Cleveland's team is very strong. Atlanta's defense is super strong, and Anthony is an emerging coach. So that one's going to be a very cool matchup. Very cool matchup, as is this game. Houston's got a lot of nice offensive weapons and a solid defense, maybe even better offensive weapons than Montreal. But Claude Turcotte, an excellent coach, making another appearance in the Autumn Wind Finals. He was there last year looking for retribution after Ryan Tannehill had one of the worst games I've ever seen, throwing just multiple interceptions in a very frustrating contest. You know he's hungry. You know he wants to come back. Los Angeles Chargers looking super solid as the number 1 seed as well. So it's going to be an interesting finish. A lot of evenly matched clubs. Unfortunately for Joe today, just some really, really tough breaks. At the end, it was just cosmetic. The game was over after that onside kick touchdown, and then the interception return for a touchdown. The third of the game, that was just window dressing at that point. So let's look at the box score here real quick. So again, the Oilers kicked off the scoring with a 36-yard interception return off a Justin Fields pass. We made it 6-0. Evan McPherson missed the extra point. Matt Gay was able to knock in 2 field goals in the first half, and the Giants were able to knot it at 6. Houston scored on a 2-yard run a few plays in the third quarter. Let's see the timing on that. So with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, and that came on the heels of a Damon Pierce fumble in which linebacker Riddick picked it up, then he fumbled, and then Cameron Hayward picked it up. A few plays later, Connor makes his way in for the score. On their next drive, Matt Gay capped off a lengthy drive for the Giants. They were unable to get close enough in touchdown range, but certainly made it close there, cut it to 13-9 with that Matt Gay field goal. But after that, it was pretty much all Houston. And you can see the 51-yard interception return. You don't see the interception return because the animation didn't show up. The third interception return for a touchdown. Nice run there for Justin Fields on that 42-yard touchdown run, and that got the score pretty close at 27-17. But after the onside kick, Houston was able to drive down the field, scored on a Travis Kelce 10-yard pass, and then we had another interception return at the end of the game that pretty much sealed it. And that was Duron Harmon, actually. So Justin Fields, 21 of 37, 3 interceptions, all 3 returned for touchdowns. Jared Goff, steady, not spectacular, but steady. 33 pass attempts and 158 yards. That's not great, but no turnovers and 2 touchdown passes. Pierce, 15 carries for 66 yards. Justin Fields, a couple of chunk runs that gave him 90 yards on 10 carries. Nothing spectacular on this side, but 5.4 and 5.8 yards per carry for Gus Edwards and Connor, respectively. So that's just about going to do it. Your MVP for this game, obviously, would be Stephon Gilmore, 2 picks, 2 touchdowns. So a huge game defensively for Houston, and congratulations to those Oilers. They will make their way into Montreal to play the Alouettes. They'll schedule that game soon. We have 2 more NFC divisional playoff games again tomorrow. Rams and Chargers. Saturday, Browns and the Atlanta Falcons. So no one has joined in studio, so I believe we are going to So I believe we're going to shut down this broadcast. So thank you for joining us again. Houston Oilers, congratulations. Joe Golden, an excellent season. Just wasn't to be. The turnovers today caught up with the Giants, but a great club with a lot of potential. They've drafted very, very well. We could see him back here again, definitely next year. So 2 great clubs, 2 great coaches, but only one can win. So congratulations to you, Ken Briere. And you have a date with Claude Turcotte and the Montreal Alouettes. And we will see you for 2 more broadcasts this week. Again, Rams, Chargers, Falcons, Browns. God bless everybody. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we will see you soon.